Now where you have coconut trees, you have coconuts. And coconuts are everywhere. Now that would actually produce a coconut tree. Now where you have banana trees, which is here, you have a mess. Because banana trees, when they've given their fruit, just fall down. And then, well, if you look at it, it looks a mess, doesn't it? But a new banana tree is already growing up. So we're looking at setting fire to a lot of this now. And the reason that Beth is doing that is because I'm holding the camera. And then, so I'm the lazy one for some of you. And when I start to do the raking, Beth will hold the camera. And then of course, she'll be the lazy one. Well, one of us has to do it. That's what we do.
Yeah, if you're watching our yard, you know, we're in the farm side. The back of this is all grass, you know, all grass. And even before, this is a pineapple area.
Yes.
But we cut it because there's a lot of snakes.
Right.
So we tried to avoid, because if you look at the pineapple, it grows like that. So we noticed that before that snakes is in this area. But in that area there also, you know, and the creek, we're in the farm area, and even on that side there. And in fact, Nanay, on that area, we tried to cut it last month. The other month, I think we paid 4 to clean up.
4 men.
Yeah, 4 men. But grass grow very fast.
Well, it only needs a good fall of rain, doesn't it?
Yeah,
we've seen this
and
before.
You notice now it's growing very fast. Because we have a suspicion the time that we got Cobra. Remember when you killed Cobra?
Yes.
So we thought that there's some cobras there. So we try to clean up that area, but now it's grow up. So yeah, we always appreciate the comments about cleanliness. You know, we're doing it.
Yeah, but
it just happened that we're in the farm area. We're not in the city. We're not cemented.
I think it has to be pointed out too, to be put in perspective, is that this is not your average backyard, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, and then at the same time, during the coconut harvest, remember there are some cocoa?
Yes.
That is also the other factors to be considered, because before the time, there are, remember when the boko is not been off like that?
Yes.
Just like that on that side?
Yes.
Some snakes put it there, leave it there. You know? And
some snakes what?
Live there.
Live
hide
there.
It.
Live.
Yeah.
Hide. Okay. But I'm walking down now. If you look, the area that is adjacent to the house, if you look at, and this is this is what's difficult for Westerners and non-farm people to understand, is that all of this is perfect territory for all kinds of wildlife. Now the rats, as I said before, the rats live up in the top, and they can decrease the coconut yield quite a lot. And what you'll find is you'll find young coconuts down that have fallen, that have been dislodged and part eaten by rats. Now when you put that piece of metal there, oh sure, they can get down, they can jump down, but when they try to shin up that bark and they come to the metal, they can't get past that. So that's the idea there. So you can see all of these. Now you see that some of these trees don't have that. Well, they are owned by other people. All of the ones that are owned by us have the metal, but then you will see that there are others. See, don't forget that this is family land going back away. All of this land was all cleared by Tata, or Tatai I should say, not Tata, by Tatai. And he came here when this land was given to him by his then father-in-law. So this land was owned by Nanai's family, and then it was given, and they came up here, and Tatai came up here and he cleared this land himself by hand. But he planted all of these coconut trees, all of these palm trees, all of these trees were all planted by Beth's father. His bride, Maxima Nanai, she was, I think, 17. She was 17, I think she was just 17 when she had her first child, which I'm not quite sure who that is. It may be Rado, but I'm really not that sure. But it was all cleared by him. They moved into a tiny, tiny little house until he built that house there that you've been looking at when Nanai did her blog.
Yeah, but we already Manurado already started to build a bamboo trash area. Is that correct, Han? Bamboo.
No, what he's building is something that will hold the recycling.
Yeah.
And the trash will be burned, but the plastic, which is what Beth is putting into that fire now, the plastic and polystyrene that you can see there, which has normally just been... Hey, look who it is. It's Bogey. Hey, Bogey. See, but all of this, for a city boy, I'm taking a guess, but I would say that all of this would be perfect for snakes. And so,
yeah, even there's also many times that the python came on that area when I was a kid. Yeah, pythons go up there. In fact, my father caught two pythons.
yeah,
in different occasions, going to the tree.
going up into the tree. Now, when we were in Palawan and we went on that nature cruise, we saw a python curled up in the tops of those trees, didn't we?
Yeah, because before the chicken is everywhere, and
right.
usually the chicken come up on the tree here, in Guyabano or any that they can come. They can sleep in the night.
Right.
So we just noticed that they've been crawling like, up, 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 up. And then my father go out and it's this python up there.
Right.
You know, so that's how before. But now even Manurado in the rice field caught a python and ate and cook it.
And cook it.
Yeah, because it's like chicken.
Is it really?
Yeah, so that's our adventure for today.
But it's an ongoing thing, and it's not going to happen in 5 minutes. This is an ongoing work in progress all of the time, and these fires are a frequent part of our lives, as is what you're looking at.
Come on, baby.
I mean, to my eyes, it was always a problem as to know what to do with these coconut husks. I mean, they're there, they keep growing, and what to do with them. They end up in big piles all over the place. Do they ever burn those, Beth?
Yeah, Manurado born it.
He burns all of that?
He born it. But he's busy on his rice field and planting, so maybe in the next few weeks.
Now at one time, I think you can probably see, you can see how steep this hill is, and there up to the back of the house, and this used to be a path down here by the fire, and then it used to go all the way down, and it used to go right down into the dark part there where you can see another, you can see one, right down in the bottom you can see one coconut tree, and that coconut tree is right by the well, and that well is what brings us our water. And right over there is the line that goes down. I don't know whether you can see that on camera. You should be able to see it. And that's the line that takes the power down to the pump, and the pipe that brings the water back up is laid underground, and it goes right up and right past the house of Nanai, and it goes underneath the red house, the red and green house that you can see there in the smoke, and it goes up to 2 barrels. It's stored in 2 barrels. There's an automatic on-off switch. As soon as those barrels drop below a certain level, then the pump goes on again and keeps them topped. And then after that, they are gravity. It's gravity feed that feeds Nanai's house, it feeds Lena's house, Tata's house, it feeds our house. It feeds, so it feeds 1, 2, 3, 4 families. That Raudo has his own pump, and we helped there. We were able to help courtesy of a very kind subscriber who helped Raudo with a pump. So, for those of you who love Pogi, Pogi is much happier dog now. Look. He's very happy. He's found a friend there. That little dog that he is playing with there is the lowest dog on the food chain. Well, it was until Pogi came, and then Pogi started getting punished for being Pogi. But that little dog that he's with there is down on the food chain, and the ranking means that often she gets punished. And if they step out of line, these dogs are ruthless. They will punish. I call it punishing, but every so often you'll hear quite violent screaming of the dogs, and that's, you know, until we can get to them, there's nothing we can do, and they will hurt each other. Believe me, it's a serious business. The hierarchy of the pack, it's a serious business. And even with Basher, who Basher is a fun-loving, if she gets to be challenged by that little dog there, it's serious business. And boy, when they start in, you do not try to separate them with your hands, because as you know, if you've been following videos, you'll know that we've had a problem, 2 problems actually. Beth had to have the injections for rabies, and our little friend, who is the sister, the big sister of baby Jane, was scratched quite badly by a cat, and we ended up taking her to the hospital, and she has now run the course of rabies shots as well. So that's how it looks right now. We've been out for most of the day. So night is drawing in. Now, because it's been quite overcast, I don't think that there's much of a sunset going on, but that's on the other side of the hill. Gives you an idea. And right down the bottom there are rice fields. And they wrap around. They wrap right around, and that takes over onto the creek. So thanks for looking in. This is A Foreigner in the Philippines, our Operation Cleanup continues, and let's hope that when I walk back again, me and my big clumsy feet, that I don't tread on the wrong wriggling thing. Bye for now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Bye for now.